What's up everybody, welcome to Satishfied. Today I'm gonna show you how to make some homemade wine, but with a twist. You're gonna use pineapple this time. Yeah, you know the grape wine, right? It's a pineapple wine. I've tried this before. It tastes amazing. It smells really good. So let me show you how to make it. Now we are gonna cook 10 pineapples in 5 liters of water or 1.5 gallons of water for 10 minutes under low flame, and then we are gonna set it aside, let it cool down. So now we have our jar, nice, clean, dry. We're gonna pour our pineapple that we cooked yesterday. Make sure the pineapple is in room temperature before you put it into the jar. So our 4.5 kilos of pineapple, once you cut it down, it's gonna be 2 kilos once the skin's off and the head and the tail's off. For that we are gonna add 2 2 kilos of sugar to it. And we have our water that's boiled and cooled back to room temperature. We're gonna pour it back in. To that mix we are going to add some cinnamon, some cardamom, some cloves, and a teaspoonful of yeast. And then we are going to add some broken wheat. Stir. So now we are gonna stir it every day for like 12 to 15 days, so that the sugar is melted in here, so that it helps the fermentation process. Okay, now we close the lid, but make sure you do not close all the way tight. Get it a little bit loose, because during the fermentation process there's a pressure buildup in here and you don't want it to explode. Okay, now we have covered the lid with another cloth, so the air will go out but no dust or any other bugs won't go in, and keep it in a dark space. What's up everybody, we are on day 2 right now. So like I said, we have to stir every day. For that I'm using a wooden spoon with a coconut shell. You can use any other kind of spoon as long as it's dry. With this spoon, you can just put it onto a flame for like a second or two and kill all the moisture and kill all the outside agents like a bug or any fungi or algae that will ruin our wine. So let's stir it. And also, I wanted to tell you that make sure you fill only up to 75%, because last night we had an incident. We filled more water in it and it foamed everything out. So you can see it foaming up. So we used another pan underneath it so we can collect anything that goes out. If you don't want it to foam up, there's another idea. You remember the broken wheat we added in there? Tie it in a piece of cloth, clean cloth, and drop the wheat that way instead of dropping it like as a broken wheat. Spread it all over the wine. That will help eliminate the foam. Make sure you stir onto the bottom because all the sugar particles, you need the sugar to be melted. We need all the sugar particles to be dissolved nice and fine. So there you go. And once you're done, you can just take off the foam from the top. Close the lid back on. Remember, not all the way, just leave it a little bit loose and cover the top with a piece of cloth. Make sure the cloth is dry and clean. Now that's our wine that's been aged for 15 days. Now we're gonna stir it, or last stir before we drain it. Now we are gonna strain the wine into this pot. We are gonna use a piece of clean cloth, but if you have a strainer with smaller holes, go for it. So now we have cleaned our jar with a dry cloth. We're gonna pour the wine in there and keep it stored for another 3 days before it's ready to drink. And there we have our homemade 15-day fermented pineapple wine. It's gonna be the first sip. It smells, you can smell the wheat flavor or the aroma from it. Let's take our first sip. Cheers. Oh, you can exactly get the sugar flavor, or sugar sweetness, the pineapple flavor, and the fermentation just from it. It's so simple. I wish I had some meat with it to consume. There you go. If you like this video, make sure you give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you. Nandi, namaskaram. Thank you.